No man has the responsibility your life will change for the best.
Why should a man provide, but why should she lower her standards?
What does a man actually provide? Sit down.
There's been a wave of viral TikToks sparking a pretty heated debate. Are men still expected to step in and help women in everyday situations, or is that expectation outdated? Some creators are basically saying help shouldn't be tied to gender at all. If someone's struggling, it's on them to handle it, and relying on strangers just isn't part of modern independence anymore. On the other side, you've got people pushing back hard, arguing that masculinity still carries an unspoken role of stepping up, protecting, and providing when needed. They say modern dating and gender dynamics have blurred things, and nobody really agrees anymore on what effort, help, or responsibility is supposed to look like between men and women.
Is really just a litmus test for, are you willing to do a completely benign, harmless thing if your man asks for it?
I just don't think I'm comfortable doing it.
But demonstrate the harm.
I just don't feel like, it just doesn't feel right in my head to do it.
You can't say, I want all the chivalrous stuff, but your husband asks you to do one minor subservient act and you're like, no, why would I do that?
Do you want a guy to open the car door for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you want a guy to observe the sidewalk rule, so when you're walking down the street, he's closer to where the cars are.
Yeah.
My dad always told me to open the door for other people, especially women. But after being insulted multiple times for doing so, I stopped. Now I only hold open doors for old ladies and dudes.
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to carry all of my and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs. They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
You chose the bear, remember? Go ask the bear for help. Just 2 points. 1. Did you ask any of the men for help? No, I didn't think so. 2. You are a strong, independent woman who does not need a man, so you should be able to do it all yourself, right?
Apparently my man is refusing to do housework simply because I don't work and I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm sorry, but just because I don't work and I'm a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that I don't need help around the house. My husband came home from a 12-hour shift and he looks at me and he's like, why is this house a mess? Sir, there's 6 children in here. I could only do so much. He asked me why dinner wasn't ready. I couldn't. I was taking care of the kids. He says his job is not to come and help me. His job is just to simply work and pay the bills, which I think is absolutely wrong. I told him, if you want the house not to be a mess, if you want food ready on the table when you get home from work, then maybe you need a maid. Because I'm sorry, just because you worked a 12-hour shift doesn't mean that your duties as a father ends the moment that you walk through that door. Want your laundry done? Go ahead and do it yourself. Because you're not a child. I don't need to do things for you. So if the house is a mess and you don't want to help me, okay, fine, that's perfectly fine. But don't expect me to cook for you, to do your laundry, to clean it up after you, to do anything for you.
Rage bait. She's always going on about something stupid and contradicts her situation from clip to clip. In one of the other videos, she was angrily bragging about spending child support on getting her nails and hair done. As the clip finishes, she clearly starts to smile because she was so proud of her performance.
It feels a little fake and gay. Gotta tell you guys, it feels a little fake and gay, and there will be no fakeness and no gayness.
How charming. However, whenever I see this type of post, I always wonder to myself, do the types of women that make these particular styles of posts, do they actually ask any of the men to help them? Or do they just expect the men to help them because they're women and they're men, and that's stereotypically what men are supposed to do in their normal gender role, is help helpless women that can't do things for themselves. Because there are a lot of women out there that really don't seem to actually want to be viewed as independent. They want to be absolutely dependent on men, but yet at the same time will argue that they're equal to men. But I also noticed that they didn't say anything about women helping them with the baggage either. So I wonder if they asked any of the women. But honestly, I really think that this is just another way for some women that have absolutely nothing better to do with their time than to just find some random thing to complain about men for.
Why are men obligated to help any woman today with anything? Where is it written that I have to air up a stranger's tires or pump their gas for them just because they are a woman? Just because I was born a man, It automatically means I am obligated to care for strangers that have no relationship to me just because they are women.
Why should a man provide for a woman and not expect her to serve him? And look, I'm even going to wear my glasses, so if you disagree, you can make fun of how I look. This video can't cover every reason, but bear with me. Reason number one is if a man truly loves a woman, he doesn't want her to pay for anything. This has been my personal experience and many women's experiences, okay? We have learned that when a man is truly interested in you specifically, he doesn't want you to pay for anything. If you like her and another woman, or you're just not too interested in her, but she's the best that's around right now, why should she settle for that? And if you're going to say, well, for me, that's not true. I really am interested in her. I just don't want to pay for everything. Well, women know that generous men are out there, so why should she lower her standards specifically for you? And next you say, but I cannot afford it, and that's why I say, fair, the economy is terrible right now. But we also know that if you wanted to, you would find a way. My high school boyfriend, he worked part-time jobs and stuff to save up so that he could take me on dates and buy me gifts. I didn't ask him to. I didn't tell him to. I never even conceptualized him doing that. He just did. Women know that when a man really, really loves a woman, it's going to light a fire under his butt to like be a better man, to do more things. And if that isn't happening for you, then she's probably not the best match for you either. Her next thing is, well, she isn't worth the money or the time. Then why are you in her DMs? Why are you bothering this young lady? Let her go. Women do not exist as vending machines for you to put out things that you like. And you're going to say to that, well, men aren't vending machines, but more specifically, women view us all as ATMs. Then you shouldn't date her. You should not date her if you feel like you're being taken advantage of. Some women take advantage of people. Some men take advantage of people. That's just always going to be the truth. If you're going to say all women view men as ATMs because they want to be provided for financially, then it's also fair to say that all men view women as sex dolls because you want to be attracted to your partner. A lot of men all the time, right? What do you hear? The most important thing is a physical relationship, right? They put it on their dating profiles. They make it abundantly clear before it's appropriate to bring up physical intimacy. Men will say that. So is it fair? Do all men view women as sex dolls? Understand that at the end of the day, women are allowed to have standards that you don't like and you don't agree with. Women do not exist to be palatable to men. If you do not like them, leave them alone. You don't have to be misogynistic. You could just leave them alone.
Since they say women support each other, then why didn't any woman on the subway get up to give her her seat? But as we know, they only say that to look good in photos. You are strong and independent, so you can continue. But of course, being strong and independent quickly ends when you have something heavy to carry or a bill to pay.
What does a man actually provide if I can provide for myself? You ask? I got answers. Ladies, if you want princess treatment from a man, you need to understand something. You're not struggling to receive from a man because you're strong. You're struggling to receive from a man because no one taught you what a man is supposed to provide. So today, that's what we're going to talk about. And in my own fashion, sit down. After I posted the video, you're not getting princess treatment because you're acting like his little brother. Every day I'm receiving comments like these. I pay my own bills. I take care of myself. So what is he even providing? What do I let him do? And what do I do with my own money? And I realized something. Women today know how to survive, but no one ever taught you how to be provided for. So let me break this down in a way that's going to click so deep, you're going to pause this video and rethink your whole dating life. First of all, we need to understand that masculine provision is not him buying you gifts. It's not him spoiling you when he feels like it, taking you out, or doing random nice things. That is not masculine provision. I repeat, that is not provision. That is a hobby behavior. Provision is consistency, responsibility, structure, protection, stability, reducing your stress, making your loads lighter, leadership, and safety. He must create safety. Safety in your nervous system, safety in your life structure, safety in your future, safety in your emotional world, safety in daily responsibilities, and safety in your physical environment. A masculine man doesn't ask, what do you need me to buy? He asks, how do I make your life easier? And that is the difference. Now, listen carefully. You paying your rent does not mean you don't need provision. That means you're meeting the bare minimum of survival. That's all it means. But your feminine cannot activate if you're in survival mode 24/7. That's physics, that's biology, that's polarity. I don't make these rules. A masculine man does not exist to save you. I repeat that again. A masculine man does not exist to save you. Nobody can save you but you. That's your life's purpose and calling, to save yourself. He exists to create stability that your feminine energy can finally breathe. So what do you do with your money? Because women ask me all the time, if he's providing, what do I do with my money? Your money is not supposed to be survival money. Your money is for you, for your safety nets, investments, long-term wealth, your future, your passion projects, your business, your glow, your development, your luxury, your healing, your feminine identity. A woman's money is for her future. A masculine man's provision is for the present. So your money is for you. His money is for y'all. Comprende? Because that is polarity, guys. That's the polarity. That's why you don't want to date down. That's why you want to date up. You want to date a man that has stability in his life outside of you. Because 9 times out of 10, how his personal life is, if it's a mess, if it's all over the place, that's a correlation exactly how his dating life is going to be. Why? Because men's identity is tied to how much how much they conquer and they have materially and money. Their identity is big tied to money. Here's the part that triggers people. Provision is not about helplessness. Provision is about partnership. It's not that you can't do it. It's that you don't have to do it alone. Most of you have never experienced not being alone. You've only experienced hyper-independence, trauma responsibility, and survival mode. No wonder asking feels like a burden, and no wonder receiving feels wrong. And no wonder you act like his little brother, competing with him instead of letting him lead. And here's the truth most women don't like to admit. If a man isn't providing for you, it's usually because you overfunction, you don't ask, you micromanage, you don't allow, you don't trust, you carry both energies, you have no space, your nervous system is bracing, and you only rely on yourself. And most importantly, you reject the masculine's instinct to lead. Men can't step into masculine energy next to a woman who refuses to step out of hers. And here's the final piece. Provision is not an invitation for you to be lazy. It's an invitation to evolve. When a man covers your survival need, your feminine is supposed to expand. That means building your passion, building your skills, building your creativity, building your income streams, building your identity, becoming softer, becoming wiser, becoming more of you. Provision gives you room to bloom, not to rot. I don't need you to save me, but I am open to receiving from you. That is feminine power. If you felt exposed by this video, if it hit a nerve, if it finally made everything click, then you're ready for the provider magnet. It's my brand new guide on how to inspire a man to lead, provide, protect, and pursue without forcing, without begging, and without overperforming. And if your nervous system is fighting softness, you need the feminine reset too, because you need to reset. Because you can't receive from a man if your body doesn't feel safe to receive anything. Anyways, I hope this video helped. I hope you guys learned something. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye!
The women who complain that chivalry is dead are the same ones who will take every opportunity to put a man down for anything, criticize men for every small imperfection, or even just talk about how much they hate men or think men are useless. I can't believe someone has to explain to them that when they give off that kind of energy, people aren't exactly chomping at the bit to help them.
I'm here to say one more thing.
Oh, goody.
I just had to drag my AC out of my car to my apartment building. 3 guys passed me. None of them offered to help.
Why should they? Women are strong and independent. They can do everything on their own.
None. 0 out of 3. Why? Because you couldn't lift it? You were too scared to lift it? Is that why? Am I intimidating? Am I more masculine than you?
No, that's not what it is at all. But let's take a moment to think about how many women thousands upon thousands of women are saying every single day that in fact they don't need men. They don't need them at all. In fact, they're saying sometimes that the world would be better off without men. But apparently, some women still need men for grunt work. I should think that they would be grateful that men are finally listening to their wishes, ideas, and their feelings. But apparently not when it comes to lifting heavy objects.
Paying for dates doesn't make sense anymore. When they started taking jobs, they can pay their fair share now.
No man has the responsibility to take care of you. You have the responsibility to take care of you. That is the biggest misconception women are being told and believing in it. Even if your man is a provider, your husband's a provider, your boyfriend's a provider, your man's a provider, whatever that is, still it's not his responsibility. He does it because he wants to. Once you realize that and start taking up yourself as your own duty, your own responsibility, your life will change for the best. Once you do not think, I need him, but I want him, your life changes forever. Once you know, I am my responsibility, I need to take care of myself, you become the best version of yourself. Let me tell you why. Because once you take care of yourself, you truly do the things that make you independent in certain aspects like finance and, taking care of your goals, your hobbies. You have life beyond your man. You thrive. You find yourself. And a woman who has found herself will always be with the right man and can leave the wrong man without hesitation. But if you have not found yourself, you don't have independency, you would always stick to the wrong man because you can't do the basic things on yourself. You have to depend on him for 10 pounds, 10 rupees, $10. That is the biggest difference, my darling. If you're struggling to find yourself, you don't know how to find yourself, you're like, I want to do it, but I don't know how to do it. Go to the link in my bio and get yourself a 1:1 guidance class with me, because I teach women of different age groups throughout the world how to find themselves. And when I tell you, you are your biggest investment, I'm not lying. Get yours once if you want to do it and see the results for yourself, and then you will thank yourself to truly invest in yourself.
Chivalry has nothing to do with women. It is a code of martial conduct for knights related to combat. At most, women are only mentioned in a couple of sentences, and that refers to actions during warfare. Also, unless you are my wife, sister, mother, etc., I have no responsibility for you or any obligation to help you.
Why do men always have to regulate a woman's emotions? Men are trained to de-escalate situations. Be the bigger person. Apologize first. Absorb her moods and, go buy her coffee when she's upset or a cookie or something. But a man can't so much as ask for, her to listen to him when he vents. His job is to constantly handle her feelings. As soon as he has feelings, it's a problem. What's up with that?
Strong, independent women run out of strength and independence pretty damned quickly, it seems. What this all ends up showing is a real split in how people see basic responsibility and social behavior. One side thinks we're moving toward full self-reliance, where nobody owes anyone anything. The other side feels like we're losing something important, basic courtesy and the instinct to help when someone needs it. At the center of it is a bigger question that keeps popping up in these clips. Are we redefining independence, or quietly undoing everyday social responsibility? You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.